Hot tea all day doesn't stop this dentuera from hitting high C.
Hot tea? Fix-A-Dent and forget it.
Give up hot chocolate just because I started wearing dentures? Scam!
Hot chocolate? Fix-A-Dent and forget it. Heat-resistant Fix-A-Dent spreads evenly to keep on fixing loose spots, no matter how often it gets hot.
I can drink hot coffee all day and still help a lady.
Heat-resistant. One more reason to use Fix-A-Dent and forget it.
It's your son's wedding day, waking up his favorite way. The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
Nothing brightens your morning like mountain-grown Folgers coffee. Mountain-grown beans have a more enticing aroma and richer flavor.
The aroma's calling you, and the promise of something new.
Thanks, Dad, as always.
You know, everyone says today's the happiest day of your life, but it's not. The happiest day is when your son gets married.
The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
Stacy, you're here.
Don't waste time. Let Scrub-Free clean your bathroom. Its heavy-duty foam dissolves most dirt on contact so you can get out of there fast. Give yourself a break. Clean your bathroom, Scrub-Free.
Some people perspire.
We sweat.
You need Arid Double X protection with the new non-whitening cleaner formula. It's the only leading solid that doesn't leave a white, flaky mess.
Arid Double X helps keep us extra
dry.
Peter Bogdanovich marries the young sister of his murdered Playboy centerfold girlfriend. It's in this week's People. Plus, the new Underground Railroad. Mothers and children running for their lives from allegedly abusive fathers. People, that's what we're all about.
You've got this all wrong. You want to make news of the cereal today, you need a gimmick. Putting a whole banana inside a little bran biscuit, stuff like that. These are just flakes. I don't think I've tasted anything like it. Simple, light, it's really very good. Well, how about that? A cereal that doesn't need a gimmick.
Kellogg's Corn Flakes.
Corn Flakes?
Taste them again for the first time.
Well, as the shadows lengthen in Washington and the parade rolls by the reviewing stand in our nation's capital, we have seen that replica of an airplane similar to the one that George Bush flew in World War II, and so far so good. It's made all there. Well, no, I don't think you can quite see it. Back along the corner there. Well, you'll be seeing it soon enough. It's just made one of its more difficult turns. You're saying, well, why are they making so much of this airplane? Well, one thing, it's going to be one of the highlights of the parade for George Bush. George Bush went into the United States Navy at age 19 and became, as you probably heard, the youngest, it is said, fighter pilot of the war. Some dispute that, but there's no dispute about the fact that he was young and he was brave. Flew combat missions as a very young man in the war. And there's that Avenger. Now, see, the wings fold back on this thing. This was in World War II a carrier-based aircraft. It was a torpedo aircraft of the sort that really won the war in the Pacific. I read the history of, say, the Battle of Midway. You know, it was as much of an air battle as it was a sea battle, in fact, even more so. See how the wings, they fold back when the plane was on the carrier, and then they fold out when it's ready to take off. Now, this is a torpedo plane, similar to the one that President Bush flew in the war. You know, in 1961, there was a similar surprise for President Kennedy. A replica of his Navy boat, PT-109, was included in his parade. Now, President Bush has seen this replica of the plane similar to the one he flew as it comes into view of the reviewing stand.
You know, I'm not sure he's picked it out yet. Dan, he just stood up and put on his coat and he was talking with an admiral over here. I don't think he's picked it up yet. The band's just passing him. The plane's still, halfway down Pennsylvania Avenue.
I thought I saw him raise his eyebrows in surprise, but maybe you're right. Well, the surprise is yet to come then. Well, we can see it very, very well, and now they've taken the wings back again. Marvelous replica of it.
Yeah, it's about 30, 40 yards still down Pennsylvania Avenue.
Well, it's made all those twists and turns, going to make it fine now.
See, I think Bob Hope has just picked it up now and pointed out to Yeager.
12 of George Bush's old Navy buddies and the owner of this plane replica, Dale Stewart, is aboard that float. And it's anchors away as the replica of the Grumman Avenger, some of the plane President Bush flew in World War II.
Now he sees it.
Rolls into the...
He just saw it, Dan. You can see him point. He just saw it. Big smile on his face.
You take a look at this aircraft, Ed, I know you may be familiar, the torpedoes were carried right below, actually hung in the belly of this Grumman Avenger. Right, you really can't see the belly of it. The torpedoes were right in the belly of the plane. Had at least a three-man crew. You had a pilot, co-pilot, navigator, torpedo man, and in the back you'll see it soon had a gun turret. Part of what distinguished this particular aircraft was a gun turret that turns at the back of the cockpit there.
He picks up he sees two of his old buddies from the Navy up there, Jack Guy and Leo Nadeau, who was the gunner on his plane. They're up at the top of that.
Oh, he loves it. There, see the torpedo bays are open underneath the plane. And he's pointing out some of the distinguished. In fact, see that gun turret, just got a glance at it there at the back of the cockpit.
Where was that he was shot down? You said Chichijima, was it?
Chichijima. Not to be confused with Iwo Jima. It's in the same quadrant of the globe. Well, former Navy combat pilot George Bush getting a real kick out of this one, as President Kennedy did when they ran his PT-109 by him in 1961. So, for the 40th time, the presidency of the United States has passed from one man to another. We now have our 41st president. But it is passed not by force of arms, but by the power of the United States Constitution. After 200 years, the system still works. George Bush now takes on the responsibilities of president of this country and leader of the free world. In his inaugural address, President Bush said he does not fear the future because, and I quote him now, "Our challenges are great, but our will is greater." Private citizen Ronald Reagan, former President Ronald Reagan, flying home to California, his 8 years in the White House, a mixture of success and failure, but he certainly leaving as one of the more popular presidents of the modern era. Ironically, President Reagan leaves office as he came in, with some Americans still held hostage in a foreign land. For Mr. Reagan, his place in history still to be determined. History, unlike journalism, takes time. For Mr. Bush, there is plenty of history yet to be made. When it is, CBS News, as always, will be trying to be there to bring it to you. For now, for Charles Kuralt and all of my CBS News colleagues, Dan Rather in Washington on this Inauguration Day, I'll see you again with complete coverage of today's inaugural events on tonight's CBS Evening News.
From Washington, this has been CBS News continuing coverage of the inauguration of George Bush.